Hello pretty people, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Izzy. I run the sustainable living blog The Quirky Environmentalist, as well as this here YouTube channel. Sustainability has a bit of a bad rep of being something that seems difficult to get into, maybe not worth it, maybe it's just, maybe it just seems like a lot of effort for you. And if you're someone who has that impression, then this video is definitely for you, because here are some ways of becoming more sustainable that are super easy to do. For almost all of them, you don't even have to leave wherever you're sat right now. That's how easy it's gonna be. So I'm not gonna babble on, I'm just gonna get straight into it with the first one. The first way to become more sustainable almost instantly is by switching to an ethical bank. Since the Paris Agreement in 2015, over $1.9 trillion has been invested in the fossil fuel industries from banks, with 600 billion of that coming from just 100 banks. That's an awful lot of money. Not only that, but a lot of banks also invest in the arms trade and in the fur trade and other questionably ethical investment methods. But there are some ethical banks out there. I can recommend looking at my good friend Besma's guide on ethical banking over on her blog. Ethical Consumer also have some really great resources on looking into ethical banking, which has everything from mortgages to savings to current accounts, so you can look at all of your money, see where it is, see where you can get it put to. But just off the top of my head, I've got Triodos, Nationwide, Monzo, Cooperative Bank, Ecology and Charity Bank are all banks that do not invest in fossil fuel industry, so you can start there. A lot of people are a bit apprehensive about changing banks, but it's actually pretty quick and easy, and like that you can be divesting your money in fossil fuels and helping the planet. Number 2 is switching to a green energy provider. Like banks, I don't think that people really like switching energy providers, but with a 100% renewable energy provider, you can guarantee that your money is going into investing in renewables. Now, the electricity you get is going to be exactly the same, but basically what a renewable company does is that they guarantee that every unit of electricity you use and essentially buy of them, they will buy the same amount of electricity from a renewable energy provider, so your money is going directly into investing and paying for renewable sources. And the more people that are switching and essentially investing in renewable energy providers, the more money that is going into the renewables industry, the more investment that's getting, and the closer we are to a renewable future and a future away from fossil fuels. Now, you may think that renewable tariffs are going to be more expensive than conventional ones, and this may have been the case 5 or 10 years ago, but just like any other provider, there are more and less expensive energy tariffs, and the recommendation is that you switch every year to get the best deal anyway, so why not switch, get a better deal on your energy and help the planet at the same time. Again, doesn't take a massive amount of time, you can do it where you're sat right now. I do have a link to a guide in my blog post on switching to a renewable energy provider, but some renewable energy providers include Bulb, Ecotricity, Octopus Energy and the Good Energy Group. So it's worth looking, there are plenty of resources online to help you with that. My third tip is to use Ecosia. If you don't know what Ecosia is, it is a search engine like Google, Bing, Yahoo, any of these things, but instead of taking the money they make from search engine results, because Google does make money from ads and things like that, instead of taking that and giving it to investors or spending it on other things, Ecosia uses it to plant trees. Now, to date I have planted, just on my laptop from doing my usual searches that I would have done in Google, rather than the money going to them, I have helped to plant over 1,500 trees from doing nothing other than what I would normally do, which seems like a pretty good deal, doesn't it? They work with local communities to not only give people jobs all over the world, but also to make sure that the trees that they're planting are helpful to the local environment and all of that wonderful stuff too. Now, there are a few features that Ecosia doesn't have. If you're looking for maps, it will send you to Bing or Google Maps, and it also doesn't have resources such as Google Scholar, but when I need these I just search in Google instead and go to separate Google Scholar site or map site and use Ecosia for everything else. It is really that easy. Fourth up is a super easy one, and that is to unsubscribe from email lists. Now, some people might be really on top of this, but I know for a while every day I would look through my email and I would have countless emails from shops that I'd signed up to get discounts the first time I went there, ones that I'd used to send my receipts to, loads of email lists that you don't really use apart from occasionally you'll click and want to go, ooh, I didn't want to buy that before, I want to buy it now. Fast fashion sites are the worst for it. They'll send you an email every day telling you to buy more stuff from them. And if you really think about it, do you gain much from these email lists apart from reminders to buy things? So one really easy thing is to just take 10 minutes, go through your inbox and unsubscribe from all of those unhelpful emails that are really just asking you to buy more stuff. You'll be less tempted to buy stuff that you probably don't need in the future, and you'll be helping the environment at the same time from buying less and supporting things like fast fashion less. But don't unsubscribe from my email list. You should subscribe to my email list because I will send you updates about how to live more sustainably. That's proactive. Next up, this one requires slightly more movement out of your seat than the last two do, but that's to go paperless with your receipts. Receipt paper is interesting stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. It reacts to heat and that's how your receipts are printed. But receipt paper isn't recyclable, and if too much of it ends up in the recycling with paper that would go off to the paper mill, it can contaminate the whole lot. And so if you don't need a receipt, just refuse a receipt. A lot of the time now, especially in small local businesses and eco businesses, you can have receipts text or emailed to you instead of taking paper, which is a really good way to go. And if you don't need a receipt, just refuse one. The more people that refuse receipts, the more likely places are to just stop printing receipts altogether. A lot of places won't print a receipt unless you ask for one, and you are saving an awful lot of paper by just refusing a receipt or opting for a paperless receipt instead. My last one today, again, this requires a little bit of movement and getting your brain into a bit of a habit, but right now, just grab a tote bag or a reusable bag and put it in the bag that you take to work or your car or whatever that you're always using. Take a tote bag or a reusable bag or a load of them, put it in there. Put it in the panniers of your bike, put it in your handbag, whatever. Yeah, done it? Good. Now you won't be caught out next time you go shopping and you find that you don't have a reusable bag. You won't have to pay the 5p for a plastic bag, which I know it's only 5p, but it frustrates everyone. And also, in the long run, you'll be helping to save the environment. Remember with tote bags to keep using them again and again because they do take more energy to produce than plastic bags, but as long as you keep using them, you're helping the environment. Put them in the bag that you use the most, or put them in multiple bags. Just have them ready for you when you're on your next shopping trip. You do then have to remember when you use it for shopping to put it back in that bag, but that's for future you, and I'm not going to go into that right now. That's your responsibility, I'm sorry. On that note, we are done with this list of super easy ways to be more sustainable right now. Yes, bit of a mouthful, but I feel like it works. I hope that you have found this list helpful. I hope you go and do at least one or two of the things on this list if you have not already. Share it with your friends, like it if you liked it, subscribe for more sustainability content. I promise I will be making more videos on super easy ways to go sustainable for those of you who aren't quite ready to change your entire life to become an eco-warrior. It's fine. We'll get you there eventually. Remember, this is in blog post form where I have links to all of the resources for this on ways to help you switch with a lot of things, links to all of the places that I've been talking about, so go and check that out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.